Thursday, normally Thursdays. They bring it up the road, put it onto the railway line, onto the trucks, and they ship it off to Sellafield.
Thursday mornings they come in, yeah. They bring them in and then they got the lorries that come in through the gantry, then they'll offload them onto the beds of the trains.
We don't know if anything's going to go wrong because we've never been told anything about it. All we know is every week they come and dump a load of stuff off there, and we don't know what it is. I mean, it's obviously some sort of nuclear waste.
Don't take no notice.
Wouldn't bother us.
No.
As far as I know, it's all safe here. Had no problems.
I used to live in that house over there, and when I got married, I moved over here, so I didn't go very far, did I? So it can't bother me that much. I worked out this point. I worked out there, you know, and what can I say? It's worse. It's here.
I mean, they should put it somewhere where it's not populated. It's not just us here, it's a school as well. But everybody that lives in these houses have all got young children. Most of them are preschool children that are here like all day. So they shouldn't, in my opinion, they shouldn't put it there. They should have it, they should put it somewhere out of the way where the areas aren't populated.
I think it's terrible. I mean, there's a school over there for a start. I mean, this is a children's area. Everybody who lives around here has got children, so I just think I think there's somewhere else they could probably put it that it'd be a lot safer, away from people.
What can I say? I must admit, it hasn't bothered me as of yet. What more can I say?
All the chipping around the gantry and that, they've turned it over with a shovel, right? Occasionally. Not very often. Not very often, but they have done it.
Well, maybe that's after they've had a little spill.
Well, probably, I don't know. I mean, like I said, we don't sort of, you know, we live here, we don't, as I said, we don't take a lot of notice.
Well, we'll see.
Since we've been here, they've changed the ballast in and around the track on numerous occasions, and I feel.
But doesn't that make you think maybe that some waste has got out onto?
No, not at all. No.
Why do they do that then?
Well, obviously they want to to check it. Obviously they've got to check it, haven't they?
All I know is that a couple of years back there was supposed to be a big leak or something, and there was people down there wearing these silly radioactive things, sorting them all out. They were there with the little detectors, detecting to see if there was any radioactive spillages or anything, but I don't think they found anything. But for me, I thought, hey, hang on a minute, what's going on there? I was pretty worried over it, but this radioactive is deadly and everything, and well, if there was any spillages, we probably wouldn't be here now.
So what do you think about having this on your doorstep?
Well, it's not so bad if people know what they're doing, but if they haven't got a clue, well, it's pathetic. You might as well just close it down and put it somewhere else.
Like where, for instance? Because I mean, they've got to put it somewhere.
Yeah, but open spaces mainly, yeah, but not in closed areas like this.
I moved here 3 years ago when the houses were first built. Nobody explained to me what was going on over there or what was being carried and ferried about over there. I didn't find out until about a month, and I still don't really know a lot about it now. I think there should be more information about what actually happens over there.
We don't get anything, we don't hear nothing from British Nuclear Fuels. We don't hear anything at all.
They say a flask, the compliance for a flask, is to drop it from the International Atomic Energy Agency Safety Series 6, which is adopted by Britain, is that you can drop this flask from 9 metres height onto a hard target. If it survives that, it's okay. Well, any schoolboy will tell you that if you drop something from 9 metres height, it will achieve, whether it's a feather or a 45-tonne flask, it will achieve about 30 miles an hour when it hits the deck. So that's equivalent to a train or a flask hitting a bridge abutment at 30 miles an hour. The next test is, if I take the flask and I put it in the fire, it has to survive for 30 minutes. Well, do you know a fire that stops suddenly after 30 minutes, only reaches 800 degrees C? We know in the Summit Tunnel fire in Derbyshire some years ago, the temperatures inside the Summit Tunnel were so high that they vitrified the brick lining. So what happens to a flask inside a tunnel fire? The problem is that the regulatory framework adopted by Britain and most other countries for the safety of flasks is ill-proven. The 9-metre drop test comes from the simple arithmetic mean of taking the speed of a typical American consignment, which was by road then, adding it to the typical British speed by rail then, and dividing it by 2, and that's where you come out with 30 miles an hour, so it's 9 metres. The fire test, which says the flask should withstand a fire for 30 minutes at 800 degrees C and then suddenly stop, is even more bizarre. This comes from an old British standard for money safes. And the it's minuted this, argument goes like this. They said, the British representative, the Americans said to the British representative, it's all minuted this, what do you use for the fire standard? And they said, well, we use BS 4518 or whatever it is. Well, what's that? Well, that's a standard relating to money safes. And what is it? Well, we say 800 degrees C for 30 minutes. Why is the 30 minutes? He said, well, if you had a fiver, a bundle of fivers inside a safe, and you put it in a fire for 30 minutes, actually the temperature inside the safe would be so high after 35 minutes, the money would catch fire anyway. So that's it. So our safety standards for radioactive fuel transportation, this incredibly radioactive fuel, is based on an arithmetic mean and a bundle of £5 notes catching fire.